Okay, so you guys are probably going to be able to see me, but you won't be able to see the clip I'm about to play to make sure that I wasn't crazy. And my shirt's on right now. My shirt was on backwards the whole day at school. Well, that hour and some change that I was at class. So I'm going to play the video and you guys are going to hear it out. But that's pretty much it. You're not going to see it, but you guys can look into it later. It did happen in California. The veteran's name is something. I can't find it, but I'm going to let you guys hear it. It's probably going to tell you everything that I didn't do. Miguel Almaguer. I didn't say his name right. I totally butchered it. Will be the interviewer, and if you don't know what he looks like, well, you'll figure it out.
Hoda, good morning. The pathway home where they treat PTSD
I don't know if you
remains a
guys can see the
crime scene
reflection
today.
of him.
This is where the suspect sought treatment, where he killed himself and 3 women who were trying to help him. This morning, new details about 36-year-old Albert Wong, the Army veteran who murdered 3 women at this California clinic where he was a patient. Army records show Wong served in Afghanistan from 2011 to 2012 and was awarded the Army Commendation Medal, given for acts of heroism or extraordinary achievement. But after returning from war, loved ones say Wong was a different person.
For the first week, he would sit on the sofa just staring, saying, "I can't believe I'm in a safe place."
A former patient at Pathway Home, a facility for veterans with PTSD, Wong was apparently asked to leave the program 2 weeks ago, though it's unclear why. Armed with a rifle, Wong returned to Pathway Home Friday.
It's a possible active shooter with a rifle holding 3 people hostage.
He exchanged gunfire with a sheriff's deputy and took hostages. And after nearly an 8-hour standoff, police found Wong and 3 women dead. 48-year-old Christine Lober, 42-year-old Jennifer Golick, and 32-year-old Jennifer Gonzalez. Gonzalez was a psychologist and was 7 months pregnant, preparing to celebrate her first-year wedding anniversary.
We had so much ahead of us. We were expecting our first child in June. She was doing what she loved to do.
Sitting down with NBC News, Gonzalez's husband and father say she died trying to help others.
But with her last breath, she would want to help these folks. Albert Wong, she was trying to help him until the end.
She and her colleagues killed by someone they were trying to help. A tragedy shedding light on the invisible wounds of war. The gunman entered the building behind me during a going-away party. It's unclear if or when the Pathway Home will reopen. Savannah and Hoda?
Heartbreak here in Lower Manhattan.
So, also, the chopper crashed this morning. I guess I'll go ahead and let that go, and then I'll finish
And
what I wanted to
behind
say.
me, where you see the blue police lights, that's where the helicopter is right now. They've towed it down here. Let's go to an aerial shot, and this gives you a broader sense of where this happened. The East River is, of course, the east side of Manhattan. This chopper went down about 65 blocks north of where we are right now. And now federal investigators from the NTSB are here to try to determine what went wrong. It happened overnight, a deadly helicopter crash in New York City's East River. The entire terrifying incident caught on a bystander's cell phone. The pilot reported engine failure moments before bringing the chopper down into the water, where it suddenly turned upside down.
We're getting inundated with calls reporting a helicopter did a nosedive into the river.
The aircraft quickly sank below the surface with 5 passengers and the pilot on board.
The search and rescue operation immediately began.
Emergency response units rushed to the scene. Rescue divers pulled 3 victims from the submerged helicopter.
The pilot freed himself. The other 5 did not. So police and fire divers entered the water and removed the other 5. The pilot is okay. He was taken to the hospital to be checked out.
All 5 passengers died. 2 pronounced dead at the scene, the other 3 at nearby hospitals. The rescue efforts made even more challenging by tight safety harnesses all of the passengers were wearing and the choppy, cold waters.
That's 50 feet of water there. There was a 4-mile-an-hour current. The temperature is below 40.
It was tough. It was a tough operation.
The crash occurring just after 7 p.m. local time in the waters off Manhattan's Upper East Side. The single-engine Eurocopter AS-350 is owned by Liberty Helicopter Tours. Authorities say it was privately chartered for a photo shoot. In 2009, 9 people were killed when another Liberty chopper collided with a private plane over the Hudson River. Police say a private tugboat was the first vessel on the scene and helped with the rescue effort.
It's a great tragedy that we had occur here on a otherwise quiet Sunday evening.
Again, the pilot was the only survivor. Here on the east side of Manhattan, helicopter operators are very often moving up and down the East River. It can be for business helicopters. It can be for sightseeing and tourist and photographic helicopters like the one that went down yesterday. And now the big question is, what went wrong? Guys, back to you.
Okay.
This morning, a passenger plane crashed at Cat.
Good Lord. There's a lot of deadly stuff going on. This one has got a deadly crash in Nepal, but I'm not going there. I only wanted to make this video about the veteran and wound up getting extra. So let me finish about the veteran. Alright, so for those who don't know, and if you don't know, if you need to know, because you really do need to know, though actually the world needs to know, PTSD is not a stigma. It is some serious shit. I myself, a veteran, suffers from PTSD for reasons of failing and not being able to serve the military and protect my country the way I wanted to serve. And it affects everybody, you know, and it doesn't take a big traumatic event. It could take a small traumatic event, and it could take many events built up to one thing. And the thing with PTSD is that for years it's mostly been looked over or overlooked, or like, you don't have it, you're malingering, or you're doing something and this, and you were this and you were that. And there's any excuse and every excuse, and there's no real way to honestly check a person and say that they don't have it, you know. And certain events do trigger it and things. And, you know, for Mr. Albert Wong to kill the people who helped him, I want to talk to y'all about that, alright, because as a vet, as an infantry soldier who didn't get to serve the way he wanted to serve, my PTSD came from failing, you know, but also I failed, but I've been trying to get into the military since I was like 19 years old, and when I finally got in, it was like the best day of my life, you know. I was going to serve until I die, which doesn't have much time left because I'm 44. I went in at 37 and I got out at 37. And I got vets to give me a hard time. It was like, you're not really a soldier, blah, blah, blah. Any man that signs that name on that line, or any woman, if you take that damn oath, you're a fucking soldier to the end. And though my body gave up on me, I didn't quit on the military, and my body did. And that's pretty much what led me down a very bad path, which is why I wrote a graphic novel, which is why I'm writing another graphic novel, because I do have depression issues. I do have harmful thoughts of harming myself every now and again, and I go through these bouts with this shit. And a lot of people don't understand that, because if you haven't been there, if you don't know a soldier, if you're not a soldier yourself, then you don't know. And a lot of things, what we don't need. I can give you that right off the bat. We don't need our fellow soldiers putting us down because we didn't get as far as they got. We don't need people telling us that this is something that it's not really happening. You're just overlooking it. You're overreacting. You're doing this. You're doing that. You just want some attention. No. PTSD is not a fucking joke. As Mr. Wong has clearly pointed out Friday that passed, you know, I want to apologize to the vets in my class. I want to apologize to the young lady in my class that I said that sometimes we go rogue. And as true a statement as that was, at the time I was telling her that, this incident that happened Friday is exactly the day that I was telling her sometimes we go rogue. And it's not a joke. Now, I said it in a manner that was truthful, because sometimes military guys, we kind of tend to, oh God, how can I say this? Let me just be blunt. Sometimes we do just say fuck it, you know, and those things do happen. Now, I am apologizing to the loss of the families and the 3 women that were killed and everything, but sometimes there is help for some of us, and there's no help for some of us, and it's hard to decipher who needs the most help. I had a psychiatrist. Her name was Miss Bishop. And since you never have to worry about me going to buy any rifles or anything, I have a bow and arrow. You know, I don't like guns. I've never liked guns. I've always hated guns. I know how to shoot handguns, and clearly I don't know how to shoot rifles very well. But guns, accessibility is a thing, and this guy has probably made it harder for vets to get more weapons and everything. And not all vets are straight loco, and this guy probably just reached fuck it, and then that happened. Now, to the families of that, yeah, I'm definitely sorry for your loss. And to his family, we're sorry for his loss because we're sorry that he couldn't be helped. And this is not like the kid down in Florida. The kid down in Florida, yeah, he was a little bit loco, but he probably went through some school bullying. I went through school bullying, and that's, like I said, the fact that I haven't gotten a handgun and just hurt thousands of people that have done things to me makes me unique. And makes every veteran that goes through something unique. But I don't want to coin the term veterans rage, but we do have that too. And the thing with PTSD is that you have no idea when you're going to snap. You really don't. You can deal with it. You can have coping mechanisms. My coping mechanisms is these graphic novels that I'm writing. American Konoichi is the second one that I'm working on. Love 13 is the one I'm finished. I'm looking for a publisher right now. And, it's a difficult road, man. And if you don't know soldiers or you don't know someone who's had some kind of traumatic event that gives them PTSD, then you're just on the outside looking in and you have no way of determining what can set this person off. So that being said, I'm going to close out, and I'm going to pray for the families of these victims and for the people in the helicopter crash and things. And, I'm just going to pray that we all try to figure out how these things keep happening. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Come Forever number 2. Be seeing you.